Welcome back, Dynamic Gang. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that bell and that sub, man. But anyway, we're gonna do Madolche Nights, and from what I'm looking at from the card, uh, Madolches are stuffed animals or stuffed dolls and stuff, and these are like hanging on to like a thread. I'm just rebooting my iPad. It's like hanging on by a thread. Like all these are all beat up dolls. I guess that's why it's called Nights, because it's pretty dark. And I was gonna do it without. Just give me a second for this thing to reboot. All right. Let's see. Let's go with Madolche Nights. You see how these are all beat up? You see like the stuffing is all out. The threads are coming apart. I don't think I like this card. You know? So we're still gonna get into it. So Madolche Knights, not a lot of Madolche players use it. It's not a yeah, it's a counter trap, but it's not really a really good card in my opinion. There's so many other better cards. And I never really noticed and stopped to look at the card, really, the artwork on it. And it's kind of depressing because these dolls that you're drawing and you know these pictures are coming to life. You want to pretend that this is like a little kingdom or a little universe, and when you're not drawing or when you're not thinking about them, they're still existing within that little pocket dimension or whatnot. And just drawing this card and you see all the dolls beat up and stuff, it reminds me of, like, what was it, Toy Story 3, when they were all locked up and the kids were all beaten up on them. And it's kind of depressing because we've been drawing adulches for the last past week now, and this card, to be honest with you, I should have drew this last, because now it's like all the cards I'm going to draw now, like that we still have to draw. I already feel like their ending is inevitable, because that they're going to be all like up on the shelves, are going to be all beat up and dirty, and stitches are all popped and stuffing is falling out. And I don't know if you guys ever saw Dark Crystal, but Dark Crystal was a Jim Henson movie. And the way he made that movie is he consciously and subconsciously thought about the audience looking at that universe. And even though that you're not watching, that you may not be watching it, or that you don't know that the characters and their development, that maybe they didn't have another movie, but you kind of feel like they're existing, that once you turn that movie off, that it's still existing, and they're doing their own thing. And I mean, that was the crazy thing about Jim Henson, is he could create you know things to come to life. He created a whole universe, a whole world, right? And That was like one of my favorite movies growing up. And still to this day I have the collector's edition on DVD. But I mean, like, it's just like, if you never saw Dark Crystal, at least at least check it out. At least check it out once. If you like the puppets, and you like the writing, and it's not really for kids. It really isn't. It's pretty dark. That's why it's called Dark Crystal. It's pretty, it's pretty, I would say it's one of his most darker animated films, even more so than what was it? The Labyrinth, where it had David Bowie in it. I don't have nothing against David Bowie, but oh yeah, just his whole wardrobe was messed up. His hair was all. I mean, it was Dave. He's a pop star, right? So his hair is always looking like that. It looked even more so like flamboyant. So yeah, that's all I got to say about the Madolche Knights. It's, you just want to, when you're not playing the deck, you just want to pretend that they're existing, and they're, still doing their own thing, like the whole universe exists, And I'm not going to lie to you. Since I've been drawing the Madolches, I've been engulfed in their, in the art, and, you know, in my own opinion, that's their kingdom, like, and what was crazy when I was drawing a lot of them, what came to mind? I don't know if you watched this, but it was called Adventure Time, where it had like the whole, what was a bubblegum princess and all the rest of that, that's what popped into my head, cause you have all these characters. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for the support. And like I said, I have a new thing that I'm doing with a lot of throwback music, and there's a lot more songs that I want to get into, and one of the songs, I mean, one of the people that I do want to touch up on is Little Richie. If you don't know who Little Richie is, I mean, this guy brought so much energy, and we're gonna go into his music. You can hear it, but I mean, like, rest in peace. He passed away last year. But anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Madolche Knights. They're toys. I don't. This is probably my least favorite card, just because if you notice the stuffing, the stuffing is all out. The toys are all beat up. Thank you for drawing with me.